back, guys. Welcome back to Days of Darkness, and welcome to my review of Zombieland. This one came out in 2009, starring Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, Emma Stone, and Abigail Breslin, and was directed by Ruben Fleischer. Now, for CORONAMANIA 2 Part 3, I wanted, much like Overlord, I wanted to do something a little different. And I can't think of anything more different than this. Spoiler alert, I really like this movie. I love the fact, if you look at horror comedy, I think horror comedy, to me, it's wishy-washy. I'm not an elitist when it comes to horror. I'm perfectly fine with horror movies being funny or cheesy or whatever. I think we've well established that. My thing, though, is with horror comedy, I am a little picky about it. I'll just come out and say it right now, and I know this might be a little controversial. I'm not a big scary movie guy, you know? And I think that can be debated on if that's actual horror comedy. I think that's just more straight-up comedy. But if you were to ask people, some people say, oh yeah, it's horror comedy. And I just don't think that. To me, horror comedy should be just that. Horror and comedy blended into this amazing little shit stew, you know? But anyways, but yeah, man. And to me, that ideal blending of horror and comedy, I don't think we get any better than Zombieland, dude. There are others that do it very well, but to me, Zombieland's it, man. I fucking love this movie. I've never really given much thought of what's my favorite horror comedy. I think if you line them all up, it wouldn't surprise me if this is my favorite. It really wouldn't. Pretty much what the main horror element obviously comes from the zombies. They are played totally straight. I think a zombie burps like once at the beginning of the movie for comedic effects. But other than that, like, these zombies are played completely straight, and they're fucking scary, dude. Like, these are running zombies. They're not fucking around. Probably the only thing, and I guess this is kind of a critique on my part because I'm a traditionalist, is I wish they didn't die so easy. They just shoot them in the chest and they're down. They're dead. Done. And, and one of the gags in this is the double tap. I mean, they've named a fucking sequel after it, but... But yeah, man, that's my only real critique with the horror element, is I wish there was a little more, I don't know. I wish there was a little more desperation as far as getting these zombies killed. I may be using that word incorrectly. I don't know. But you get what I'm saying. And that's a very minor, small nitpick. I understand why they do that. They wanted to focus more on the comedic aspects of this film. But for what it's worth, man, the horror elements in this movie are pretty damn strong, in my opinion. And, there's a lot of emotional shit in this movie as well that I think is done very well. It doesn't overstay its welcome, but when it's there, it's very effective. And yeah, man. And probably the other standout of this movie, the characters, dude. The characters are so fucking memorable. I legitimately love all four of them, because there's really only four central characters in this movie. Obviously, Woody Harrelson, Jesse Eisenberg, Emma Stone, Abigail Breslin. They all do a fantastic fucking job as their characters. And yeah, man, I really think, to me, we'll get into a little more of that in the spoiler section, because I don't really want to get into why right here. But, it's just the writing of these characters, and you get to spend time with them and get to know them when they're not blowing zombies' heads off and shit like that. And while this is horror comedy, you do get invested in these characters. And I remember a certain scene towards the end of the movie that I won't bring up. Like, I was concerned, man. It's like, no, I don't want this character to die. And for a horror comedy movie to be able to do that, to me, is extremely rare, and it's tough. But I think this movie pulls off its characters fucking fabulously. Oh man, I'm just fucking up. I'm breaking down, people. But anyways, yeah, man, I'm not gonna ramble too long on the spoiler-free section on this one, because there's really not a whole lot I can say without getting into spoilers, because this movie's just fucking great, and I can't wait to get into it. So, without further ado, let's just go ahead and spoil the shit out of this motherfucker, and let's get to the spoiler section. Alright, spoiler time, your ass has been warned. Now, go ahead and hop right into it here with fucking Metallica, dude. Are you kidding me? As a longtime metal rocker, whatever you want to fucking call it, every time I see this opening credit sequence, it just puts a huge smile on my face. What a great choice for whom the bell tolls. Oh man, just an awesome song to go with a fucking hilarious opening credit scene. I always think a good opening credit scene can really up the quality of your movie. We saw it with like something like Halloween 4, which we'll get to eventually at some point. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, man, just so many weird, inappropriate. I'm gassy as shit today. What the hell is going on? So many inappropriate little places to put a zombie. Like there's a wedding that we see, and the bride's about to gnaw off the face of the groom. Awesome shit there. Well, God, what else? I'm trying to think of the standouts. There's a zombie stripper who's running towards this big old fat businessman who's hauling ass, and she has the stupid little tassels on her nipples and all that bullshit, and it's just so much fun shit, man. Really cool opening credits here. I'm not doing it justice. Please go check it out. Go check out this movie. But yeah, man, then we are dropped right into the fucking zombie apocalypse, man. There is no sense of normal besides like a little, besides a little scene with Columbus, which we'll get to eventually. But yeah, man, we're dropped right into it with Columbus. Really good performance here by Jesse Eisenberg. I think his dry humor style in this is so good. And it plays perfectly off of Tallahassee, who's this fucking crazy redneck, loves guns, loves killing. Like, you get the sense that, dude, Tallahassee's in heaven, man. Like, he's great. Like, give me some fucking zombies to kill, dude, and give me some guns, and give me a fucking Twinkie, which is like a big old arc with him, and I'm good to go, brother. So, those two characters play off of each other so well. We eventually get introduced to Tallahassee when Mr. Columbus needs a ride, and they eventually, as you would be prone to do when you're in a zombie apocalypse, you're like pointing a gun at somebody, and you're like, can I trust you? Are you going to kill me? Are you going to eat me? Like, what's going to happen? And eventually he's just like, huh? And Tallahassee's like, come on. Just fun little shit there. Those two characters are fucking fantastic. I like the little I like the little flashback we get to how Columbus first runs into a zombie. Like, he's this shut-in, doesn't really talk to people, not a people person at all. He's just kind of, chilling in his apartment. Code Red, Mountain Dew, playing World of Warcraft. This is a 2009 movie for sure. But yeah, man, he's just living his life. He's trying to just make do, and we get his neighbor coming in, who's played by fucking Amber Heard, which I won't even comment on that. Fuck Amber Heard. But anyways, no one really knew about it at the time, and she, to be fair, objectively, is a very attractive lady, physically. But yeah, in this movie, was running from what we would eventually know to be zombies, and he's just taken aback that this incredibly gorgeous woman is in my apartment and is wanting to sleep here, and oh my god. So yeah, man. And then eventually he wakes up and she's a fucking zombie, and he bashes her skull in with a toilet, like the back of a toilet. Pristine shit. What a It's just funny. He's like trying to reason with her, and he's like, please, just. He even says like, the one time a gorgeous woman comes into my life and she tries to eat me. But yeah, man, really, really funny shit there. Also, I wanted to give a little nod to Zombieland, a little credit here. Very thirsty today. I love the fact that they do not tell each other their names until like the end, where Wichita tells Columbus her actual name, which I do not fucking remember it. So sorry, but but besides that, man, I think that's such a cool detail. You know, when you're in a zombie apocalypse and you meet people you don't know, it may not be the most sensitive thing in the world, but it's smart. You know, it's smart to not get too personal with them, because if the time comes to where you have to blow their head off, it's not going to be nearly as difficult. And with any other zombie movie I've seen, for the most part, they just don't do that. They're always telling each other their names. So when one of them gets bitten, you get this hesitance and like, you know, which they either do it or they don't do it or whatever. But to me, I think that's a cool little detail to put in there, man. So instead of their names, they tell each other where they're wanting to go or where they're from or whatever. So we get Columbus, Tallahassee, Wichita, and Little Rock, who we'll get into. But anyways, I just wanted to give a little quick nod to that. I think that's a really, really cool detail that I have not seen in another zombie movie. Whether it be just straight up not saying their names at all or giving like a code name. First time I've seen it, and I haven't seen it since. Anyone who wants to correct me on that, please feel free. I'm not a zombie expert by any means, but it's the first time I've seen it. But anyways, then we get introduced to Little Rock and Wichita, who are Emma Stone and Abigail Breslin's characters. I hope I'm pronouncing Breslin, by the way. I'm pretty sure I am. But anyways, what a great way to introduce those two. They con the shit out of these guys twice. But the first time, man, Emma Stone, they're in a supermarket looking for food in Tallahassee's case, Twinkies, and she ends up Emma Stone ends up walking out there, and obviously Emma Stone, you know, is Emma Stone, very, very pretty woman, and so Columbus is just like, oh, like he's immediately like, holy shit. And in Tallahassee don't give a fuck, but they go back there and they look at Little Rock's arm, and they have this little bullshit bite kind of on her, and he's like, they're like, okay, who's gonna blow her head off? And at first, you know, Columbus doesn't want to do it, so Tallahassee's gonna do it, and then Wichita's like, wait, I'll do it. And it's just such a good way, and they're selling it perfectly, and then all of a sudden she just turns the gun on Tallahassee, and it's like, we'll take everything you have. And then fucking Little Rock gets up and fucking starts mugging them and shit, and just really fun. So they drive off with all their shit, and once Tallahassee and Columbus find a fucking Hummer, they rip that off too eventually. So it's like they're just constantly, and their little flashback that they get, very, very funny. They were conning people before the fucking zombie apocalypse even happened. Really cool little sequence with a wedding ring and all this jazz. I won't give all of it away, but it's very, very funny. And yeah, man, and then so the group's there. The second time, the girls basically dupe the boys. They take pity upon them and take them with them. And at first, they're like not fucking happy with each other. They are complete enemies. They do not like each other. But eventually, once the guns get put down, they get to talking, and that's when you get a lot of the relationship building, which to me is such a key part of this movie. It is such a strong aspect of this film, whether it be Tallahassee and Little Rock shooting guns in a mansion, which I will give away the owner of that mansion later. But whether it be that or Wichita and Columbus dancing and what have you, very, very, very effective character building, and it invests you in each character. Like I said in the spoiler-free section, there's a scene later on where Tallahassee's in some pretty deep shit, man. Literally, like, zombies are just surrounding him in this little little theme park attraction that he's locked himself in, and you get fucking scared for him, man. Like, you're like, I really don't want this character to die. Typically in zombie films especially, characters can be very, very throwaway, and that is not the case here at all. Like I said, man, it's a zombie comedy movie, a horror comedy movie, excuse me, but like, the characters in this are legit, dude. Like, I love each and every one of them, and it's like 10 years later when they released Double Tap, I was like, okay, is this gonna be great? And I will eventually review that as well, but that fucking movie was awesome too. These characters are the core reason why this movie works. Just really, really good shit, dude. Probably my standouts that I really liked, where it was just sweet, is like the car ride where like Little Rock's talking to Tallahassee about Hannah Montana and all this shit, and you see them taking shifts driving, and like Little Rock's driving, and they're all like awake at that point trying to like teach her how to drive. You know, it's just cute stuff, man. It's really, really cool. Them going into that like Native American shop and just completely fucking obliterating it. And Columbus adds a little rule, which I didn't even mention the rules. Columbus has these rules that he abides by. It's what's kept him alive, and it appears constantly throughout the movie. Really, really fun stuff. And but man, when they eventually get to this little shop, dude, they just fucking obliterate it. And then Tallahassee adds his own rule to that rule book, which is enjoy the little things, which with CORONAMANIA going on in the world still, you do have to learn to enjoy the little things. Or you can just go out and party and ignore it like a dickhead. Oops, did I say that out loud? Anyways, now I wanted to talk about easily the best celebrity cameo in a fucking horror movie. I almost said ever. The funniest cameo ever. At least one of them. So at one point, because they're making their way, I didn't even try to really explain where they're headed, but they're headed to Pacific Playland because according to Wichita and Little Rock, it is zombie free. So they're traveling across the country to get to this place, and then make a stop along the way as a request from per request of Tallahassee. They make a stop to the mansion of Bill fucking Murray. Dude. What an amazing... He's not in it for very long, but like, it's easily my favorite part of this fucking movie, dude. Bill Murray is so... Yeah, I mean, the dude... It's Bill fucking Murray, dude. He's hilarious. And so, you put him... He's like... He's talking about how he dresses up as a zombie. So he can just... He's like, I'm a people person, man. I gotta get out. It's how I operate. So he dresses himself up as a zombie and goes and plays 9 holes of golf. And Wichita at one point's like, you look a lot like who was it? Oh fuck! Why can't I remember his name? Eddie Van Halen. Eddie Van Halen. I'm pretty sure it's Eddie Van Halen. Yeah, Eddie Van Halen. He's like, you look a lot like Eddie Van Halen. He's like, oh, I just saw Eddie Van Halen. And they're like, really? How is he? He's like, oh, he's a zombie. You know? Just really funny shit, man. I couldn't have picked a better fucking cameo for this. I know, like, I heard that they were thinking about putting other people in that role, which I cannot remember for the life of me who it was supposed to be, but they fucking landed it with Bill, dude. What a great little cameo in this. I mean, he does die in the movie, too. He gets he gets shot by Columbus when he thinks he's an actual, because he's playing a prank on him. But no, man, before that, like, he's hanging out with Wichita and Tallahassee, and they're fucking getting stoned, and they recreate Ghostbusters and all this fucking stupid shit. It's so much fun, dude. Easily, like, my favorite. I mean, I love this whole fucking movie, but, like, those scenes with Bill Murray, it's the cherry on top of this amazing zombie cake. And I fucking love it. It's the eyeball cherry on top of this zombie cake. Incredible. But yeah, man, he eventually dies, and even his death scene's fucking hilarious. He just gives this long, dramatic, overly long, dramatic, like, just death sigh, just... This is stupid. Like, Tallahassee's just looking at him like, what the fuck are you doing? And then Wichita laughs at, like, the worst time when he actually just dies. And she's like, still is sad. But, fucking hilarious scene there, dude. I absolutely love Bill Murray. I'm going to stop rambling about it now. Let's just go ahead and get to the finale of this movie. I know I glossed over a lot of this story. I'm not interested in just recapping it. This movie needs to be seen. Please go see it. But we get that awesome finale at Pacific Playland, which is not zombie free. The girls end up, and at this point they are totally attached to Tallahassee and Columbus. It is so clear. Like, they are family. There's just no denying it. But yeah, man, so the girls get to Pacific Playland, and they're playing, you know. It's so Little Rock can be a kid again for once in her fucking life, which is cool. But yeah, man, those zombies see all those lights and all that shit, and they're like, ooh. So they run over there, and then we get this awesome fucking ending, dude. I keep wanting to call him Eisenberg. Not Eisenberg, it's Columbus. Columbus ends up trying to go free the ladies, while Tallahassee's like, "All right, dude, you go do your thing, man. I'm gonna head out of here." But he, to Mr. Tallahassee's credit, he sees that Columbus is fucking hopeless by himself, so he ends up going along with him. Which, actually, before I get into this ending, really. Tallahassee's my favorite character of this film, because you eventually get to learn a little more of the emotional side of that character. Like, yes, he's just this fucking crazy redneck who loves guns and killing things. But a little bit before, he talks about his dog Buck, or his puppy Buck. And the way he describes him at first is, you know, you would think, okay, he's a dog. And then when they're in there in Bill Murray's fucking living room talking about the zombie apocalypse and shit, and he talks about Buck again, and then Columbus realizes that Tallahassee's talking about his kid. You know, his kid just fucking, he watched his kid get killed by zombies, and it's like, dude, like I said, man, this movie's funny as shit, but that scene, and Woody Harrelson's fucking fantastic as an actor, just no matter what. So, dude, that scene, man, he starts wailing, dude. He starts crying, and it, you know, I got a little misty-eyed. I'm not gonna lie. Every time that scene comes up, I'm like, fuck, dude, you know? Which, shout out to the puppy that was in the flashbacks before the kid, because that was a very, very cute puppy. But anyways, I know I'm bouncing all around here, man. But anyways, so then Tallahassee and Columbus end up getting to Pacific Playland, and fucking all out mayhem. What a fucking tremendous last act. Any fun little way that you could kill a zombie in an amusement park, for the most part, is here. You get zombies getting one of those, like, swing rides that goes, like, back and forth. You get that. These three zombies just get obliterated by that thing. You get Tallahassee riding a roller coaster. shooting his fucking shotgun, killing a bunch of zombies, or flying off the railing or the track. Just so he's having a fucking blast. Just any fun way you could kill a zombie in a theme park, you get it. And it's like, dude, Kill of the Film was very, very, very fucking hard. We'll get to that eventually, but this last act made it extremely difficult. But yeah, and then Columbus runs into a clown zombie, which I didn't even mention it. He is deathly afraid of clowns. And so, but he gets to break one of his rules and help free the women from this, they got on this like weird little Superman type ride thing that goes up and down and up and down, just to get away from the zombies. And so he gets to rescue them and break one of his rules. Is like, don't be a hero. Well, fuck it, time to be a hero. So, really, really cool stuff. And yeah, man, eventually they all get free. They kill Tallahassee. Goes on a fucking rampage. Like I said before, he locks himself in this little weird, like it's like a carnival game type thing, this box, and he, puts all the magazines down. He has 2 pistols and all these zombies. He does that to distract so Columbus can free Wichita and Little Rock. But he he just locks himself in this thing, and all these zombies come piling around him. And yeah, man, you get a little worried. You're like, holy fuck, is this dude gonna die? And, very, very thankfully, he does not. I remember the first time I saw this, I'm like, holy fuck, they're gonna kill off Tallahassee, aren't they? No, sir, he drills through like 100 fucking zombies. He is very, very, very good at killing zombies. That is 100% factual. But yeah, man, and then eventually we get our nice little happy ending. Tallahassee gets his Twinkie, which to me, that was like the most satisfying ending of everything. Yeah, Wichita and Columbus end up making out. Good for him, but dude, getting to see Tallahassee finally get that Twinkie, it's like, yes, sir. And yeah, man, we get a cool little dialogue from Columbus when he realizes that these people are his family. This is it. At one point, he kind of realizes that, yeah, my family's fucked, in the form of Wichita just brazenly saying, yeah, Columbus, Ohio is burned to the ground. And he's just like, fuck, dude. So he's like, you know what, man, this is my family. And just an awesome, awesome way to cap off this movie. Very sweet. And yeah, dude, Zombieland is fucking fantastic. No doubt about it. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. And yeah, man, without further ado, that'll do it for the review portion of this video. I'm starting to get better at that line. But that'll do it for the review portion. But you know what we gotta do, motherfuckers. This is a zombie film, first and foremost, and we gotta get into the blood, the guts, and the gory bits. Let's go ahead and get into our kill of the film. Picking a kill of the film for Zombieland is extremely fucking difficult, but I think I got a good one here. Honorable mentions galore. Seeing that dude get fucking eaten to death while he's taking a shit in a stall is just amazing. It's just so funny. I was tempted to make that my kill of the film, but I was like, nah. Happens, you don't really get to see a whole lot, whatever. But it is fucking hilarious. And brutal. Obviously, the dude had his pants off, so I do not even want to think about what really happened. But anyways, we get that kill when they get to the store to eventually fuck everything up and destroy everything. But before they do that, Tallahassee rings the bell. This zombie comes running out, and he fucking just stands at the opening and just blows his head off, dude. Amazing stuff. We get the clown kill at the end where Mr. Columbus smashes the head of this zombie clown with one of those like mallets you do for the strongman things, where you hit the fucking lever and the, ding and all that shit. Completely obliterates this clown's head. Fucking incredible. And which I think he probably would have done even if he wasn't a zombie, because Columbus hates clowns. But anyways, to me, the kill of the film not easily, but the kill of the film is also the zombie kill of the week in Zombieland. they're giving out kill awards as well, apparently. But yeah, man, it's gonna go to Sister Mary. I think that's her name, Sister Mary. Just calmly walking around, a single zombie chasing her, and she just pulls on this little lever, shuts the door calmly, and this piano just completely fucking flattens this poor dude. Like, and I mean, not like, oh, it falls on him. No, he gets obliterated. Like, he is gone. It perfectly encapsulates Zombieland to me. Just fucking hilarious, but brutal all at the same time. But yeah, man, that's gonna do it for Zombieland, guys. I hope you really, really enjoyed it. And next time, for the grand finale of CORONAMANIA 2, we're going to go ahead and get into Dawn of the Dead. I am going to complete the original Zombie Romero trilogy. Not in the exact order, obviously, but we're getting there, man. So yeah, thank you guys as always for watching. Keep watching horror and keep taking care of each other, and hell yeah. Butchered that intro, but I'm not, or butchered that outro, but I'm not doing it again. All right. Have a good day, guys.